Holiday gatherings can be overwhelming for just about anyone, but they're particularly difficult for people who suffer from food allergies. I am joined by Tara Verma from the Madison Moms blog, who brought a wide array of different ingredients and dishes for us to talk about for either guests who suffer from food allergies or maybe someone who is recently diagnosed and is going through that process of relearning how to make some of their favorite dishes. So welcome.
Thank you. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Now, we both suffer from celiac disease, so we know firsthand how hard it is to go to a holiday gathering, see all this delicious food, and not be able to eat it. Can you tell me a little bit about how easy it is to modify some of these recipes?
Sure, yeah, it can be very difficult, especially if you're feeling like you're the one person who's left out. So if you do have somebody in your family or somebody who's just attending your meal who has food allergies, it's very easy to modify a lot of recipes. This is a stuffing that I made, and it's gluten-free and dairy-free, and it could also be egg-free if you needed it to be as well. And this is green bean casserole, very traditional Thanksgiving recipe. Instead of using soup, it's just made with chicken stock, a little bit of Earth Balance, which is a dairy-free butter, but you could also use regular butter if dairy is something that you can have. Mushrooms, onions, and you could also put gluten-free breadcrumbs on top if you wanted to give it sort of that traditional crunch.
Right.
And this is a pumpkin pie. It's gluten-free, and it's also dairy-free, nut-free, and soy-free. So you could also make it egg-free as well, but this one does have eggs in it. So it's pretty easy to modify things.
That's right. That's right. And all of this looks and smells just as delicious as regular food per se. And you also brought a wide variety of ingredients, kind of showing off that nowadays you can find an alternate to flour, any type of milk or dairy product. Can you tell me a little bit about what you have here?
Absolutely, yes. We're so lucky for it to be in this day and age and have access to so many allergy-friendly products. And you can find them at Target and lots of different stores. You know, you don't have to just go to the specialty stores anymore. So this one here is flax milk, and it's a great dairy-free milk, especially if you can't have nut milk.
Okay.
So some people can use coconut milk, but some people can't have coconut or almond milk. And so flax milk is a great option. This here is coconut sort of Cool Whip stuff, so it's dairy-free as well, and nut-free. This is an almond milk yogurt, so if you wanted to bake with it, you could bake with it. It just, instead of using yogurt or, you know, sour cream or something. This is actually a gluten-free and dairy-free gravy that's already made for you. And a gravy is something that people struggle with a lot.
That is.
Just making it normally.
Right.
So it's not lumpy, and especially if you need to make it gluten-free. But you can actually find a lot of products already made. And here's some different gluten-free flours. This one is oat. This one is coconut flour, and that's what I used in the pie crust. And this one's an all-purpose flour blend, and I definitely recommend that for anybody who's just getting started with gluten-free baking. It's great to use a blend, especially if you're substituting for a regular recipe and you're going to try to just sub in that flour. You might have to play around with the recipe a little bit, but get an all-purpose one, and it'll be a great place to start for sure.
All right.
Here we have some fun things if you're missing out on eggnog and you can't have dairy or eggs. There's coconut milk one and an almond milk one that you can find, and also there's some gluten-free bread here, which is what I use to make the stuffing.
Oh, great.
And you can actually get quite a few types of gluten-free bread. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing this with us. And if you're having someone over for the holidays with a food allergy, just ask them how you can accommodate for them. And I'm sure they will be able to let you know and give you some options on how to change up the recipes a bit and still have them tasting as good. You can find all this information on the Madison Moms blog. We'll be right back.